China on Wednesday says it sees the installation of a Taliban cabinet as an important step towards restoring domestic order and pursuing post-war reconstruction.
We always respect the sovereignty, independence and territorial integrity of Afghanistan, adhere to non-interference in Afghanistan's internal affairs and support the Afghan people in independently choosing the development path suited to the country's conditions. We hope Afghanistan will establish a broadly based and inclusive political structure, follow moderate and prudent domestic and foreign policies, resolutely combat all types of terrorist forces and live on friendly terms with other countries, especially its neighbours.
The US and Western G7 allies have agreed to coordinate their response, the EU prioritising humanitarian aid and establishing safe corridors for those who want to leave Afghanistan.
We are evaluating how we can offer that humanitarian assistance to make sure that it's safe, that it goes to the people who really need it, because there is, of course, a lot of internally displaced persons.
Some countries are dismayed that despite Taliban pledges for inclusivity, a cabinet governing with an interpretation of Sharia law, criticised globally for oppressing women, does not include any. The US Secretary of State is visiting allies, looking for consensus on how to move forward. His latest stop in Germany to meet its foreign minister after meeting Afghan refugees and US military personnel involved in the evacuation.
We also discussed how we will hold the Taliban to their commitments and obligations, to let people travel freely, to respect their basic rights, including women and minorities, to ensure that Afghanistan is not used as a launching pad for terrorist attacks, and not to carry out reprisal violence against those who choose to stay in Afghanistan.
As Washington considers how to proceed, it has extra considerations to factor in. For example, the new Interior Minister is on a list of wanted terrorists here in the United States, while some of the Taliban's estimated $10 billion in assets, including gold, is frozen here in the US. The Biden administration says it has no plans to change this, but may ultimately have to reconsider, depending on what kind of relationship it wants with Afghanistan's new government. Owen Fairclough, CGTN, Washington.